This episode of the Hot Seat Podcast is brought to you by All Black Everything and Wise Guys Cigars. Check out their line of men's and women's apparel at allblackeverything247.com. Don't chase the paper, chase the dream.
You're listening to the Hot Seat Podcast. Welcome all. I'm Sean along with my co-host Earl.
What's going on?
Eric.
We shall overcome someday. Yeah, I'm that petty guy. I'm being petty.
And Dave.
Yes, sir.
And we did some Dads with Mics, gamers with headsets, and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. Episode 21, part 2 of our All Black Everything series, brought to you by All Black Everything 24/7 and Wise Guys Cigars. What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Doing good.
Good.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling even better once I got this bottle of black sitting beside me in a couple weeks.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Earl. I'm being petty all night, Earl. I'm gonna light them up, Earl. I'm being petty.
I'm waiting for it. Sorry, Malik. Malik. Right. But actually, I actually got something. So,
you got a cream for it?
Nah, I ain't got no cream for it. I ain't got no cream.
Injection pills, any of the bugs?
Nah, I ain't got none of that. Okay. But now, 2021, it for me, it started off real shitty. As a lot of people know, I entered 2021 with COVID. Thank God I was on the back end of it, and today I could say, I'm COVID free. Then a week and a half ago, I found out that my dad passed, so naturally, this has been, a tough couple of days. I don't really have like the combination of words or like can eloquently put together like, what my dad meant to me. Because I don't think it would do its just due. But I'll say this, he was my superhero. He was my backbone, my rock. He's my biggest supporter, so for that, I appreciate him, in every single way. The one thing that I will say, even though this process has been pretty tough, I got a dope ass support system. I got to start off by thanking my wife because she held me down. She definitely took care of me, at my most vulnerable moments, during these past couple of days. My family, my sisters, and my mother, we all, equally going through it. But I think the biggest thing is that we stuck together. My close friends that I can't even say as my friends, they just an extended family. That's y'all, some others. But just everybody that reached out, I definitely appreciate it. People that, sent stuff to my mom, we definitely appreciate it. And then finally, to you guys, I don't think y'all understand like how much, y'all involvement like kept me sane, just by getting on the Xbox. Like y'all don't really know how much I needed that. I needed that escape, even like always making sure that you guys, check up on me and, just make sure I'm good. I definitely appreciate that. Dave, our conversation that we had a couple of days ago, that shit was A1, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I think that conversation, honestly, for me, especially because that was on the day that, we buried my dad, that gave me a lot of, clarity and put a lot of like, gave me a little bit more peace, and put more things in perspective, like things that I wasn't really thinking about. So my brother, I appreciate you for that, and I'll just say like in closing, because I don't want to stay on this, moment, don't put off some, things that you could, now I'm gonna say it wrong. Simply just said, love on your people, yo. Tell them you love them. Tell them in the moment, so that, because we don't know when our time is up. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to have any regrets when God calls them home. I can't say that I really have any regrets, but I damn sure know that there was plenty more times that I should have told my dad I loved him and how much he meant to me and things of that nature. So, if I could say this to anybody, love on your peoples, love on your friends, check up on them, let them know how much you mean to them and things of that nature. Because like I said, you never know when they're going to be gone. Selfishly, I wish my dad was still here. I'm going to miss him to death, but I know he's not suffering. So, I'm thankful that he's at peace. He's sitting next to God. And, I just pray that he continues to watch over me, my family, just like he did when he was down here. So that's it. I just need to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
Well said, brother. Well said. That stage is yours, my friend. Whatever, we got you. Whatever you do, man, we're going to keep that energy pumping your way, bro. Like,
hey, Earl,
your way.
they say that a person's never truly gone until their name is spoken the last time. Well, I can say that you just put Mr. Wallace on episode 21. You got him on tape. You got him on record. So best believe, as long as this video stream, as long as this wave is going out there 2,000 years from now, if somebody can check the archive, he's still alive and well in the hearts of people.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, man. So that case, man, he hopefully enjoys it, man. Hopefully enjoys it. Believe he's going to be in the company of some great men up there. He's going to be in the company of some great men, some great people, man. Salute, man. So we're gonna celebrate his life. We're gonna celebrate a lot tonight. Before we go tonight, before we take you guys into our guest tonight, something we're gonna celebrate that's kind of grand for us. We started the podcast on September 10th of 2020 out of an idea that we was going to take our Xbox Live conversation, everyday conversation, and just turn it into something that we felt that the world would enjoy hearing. And sure enough, on January 20, what's today? Today's the 25th. So I'm dating it. By the time you guys hear it, it'll be Thursday. But on January 25th of 2021, the Hot Seat Podcast officially hit 1,000 unique downloads. That's 1,000 times that people have listened to it. Not one person pressing a button 1,000 times, but we actually had 1,000 unique downloads of our podcast show. And I'll say for myself, and I'll let these guys give their own thing still, but I appreciate the hell out of everyone who's listened to this and believed in this and supported this. And like I said, we showed up to the party, and damn it, the party is still going. It's getting bigger, and we see it going on, man. So I appreciate you fellas, man. Cheers to you all for 1,000 downloads of the Hot Seat Podcast, my friend. Hot Seat, there it is.
Yeah. That man.
All right.
Sounds. He moving up.
Right. New shit.
Right. Look.
Hot seat.
See what happens? You get sponsors. See what happens? No. So yes, man, it's gonna be a grand old nightmare again. We're in part 2 of our All Black Everything series.
Well, that DJ
presented by All Black Everything 24/7 and Wise Guys Cigars. Check out their site at allblack247.com for their men's and women's apparel. So tonight we have a special guest, Miss Nikki Goines of the Oasis and Shug. And she let me know that it was Goines Legacy is actually the brand itself. We're going to talk to her more about that in a few moments when we bring her in. Again, this is part 2 of the All Black Everything series. Make sure you guys check out part 1 where we had Mr. Dushawn Naylor of All Spring Clothing on there. Check it out. Make sure you check in the show notes. You can get the IG tags and their website information as well. You guys excited? You guys excited for tonight?
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Because we about to talk about.
I know we ain't gonna skip over.
Right, like
I know we ain't gonna skip over these damn bills. Though.
Talk about.
I knew. No, we not. Before we bring on all that, look, we're gonna do some NFL house cleaning real quick.
Cleaning is
this
right.
past weekend. There was two championship games in NFL. One being that of the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. And then we had the other of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. The Bills showed up, to the stadium. And
they showed up for those first 9 points.
Right. And somebody must have forgot to tell them who they were playing.
Baby Goat.
They clearly forgot to tell them. Now, in all fairness, they got some superhumans, some metahumans, whatever you want to call them, on the Kansas City Chiefs.
They got 3 Super Saiyans over there.
Absolutely,
Baby Goat. That's all they need.
Absolutely. And Baby Goat wasn't even. I mean, he has to hit a couple plays. He juked the hell out of one guy to throw this pass.
But he was on. He was on.
Yeah, it was.
Don't try to limit his Baby Goat's achievements.
Yeah, but no, the defense is what stood out to me though. Like my favorite DB, Tyrann Mathieu, which I wish that the Washington Redskins had drafted him in the 3rd round, but that's neither here nor there. That defense showed up, which they tend to do. I'm noticing. Like they be talking about Kansas City all year about how their defense is their weak link, but in the playoffs, the last 2 years, their defense has been on point. And they got y'all old coach Steve Spagnuolo.
Absolutely,
Mr. Super Bowl stuff. Spagnuolo.
Yeah, he knows how to put together a defense, and he doesn't even have he doesn't have a pass rush. So they don't have like that, that fast pass rush. But that's secondary.
It don't matter,
bro.
They got a secondary. Steve know how to draw it up. Man.
So give me you guys insight on them games, man. Give me your insight on these games real quick.
All right, so real quick. Kansas City, I told y'all they was gonna be in there. There was no doubt in my mind. I'm sorry, sorry, Dave. I know you had high hopes for the Bills, but I told you,
feel you.
Again.
I did.
It's different levels. And you know what? The jury
it's easy to go with the front runner.
Out on out. Nah, you're right, but I'm just saying
I don't think it is.
It's different levels.
I don't think it is.
It is. Now then on the flip side,
I don't think
on
the jury's out on that
side, yeah, so on the flip side, pretty much the NFC, I feel like Green Bay should have won that. That they lost that game off of poor coaching, and also off of I felt like an oversight by Aaron Rodgers because I think it was like third.
Yes.
They was like third in the red zone. Third down. It might have been 3rd and goal or something. He had an opening. He was still looking to throw, but he had an opening. If he ran it was like 7 yards. It might have been less than that. He would have ran right into the end zone. But instead, they decided to throw. And then the coaching mistake was the fact that they opted for the field goal instead of going for it. You know what I'm saying? They should have went for that shit.
Right.
But hey, at the end of the day, this is what happened. And Brady was not playing good. Brady played horrible in that second half. But it's going to be a great Super Bowl, and Baby Goat is going to win.
I'm going to say it's an iconic line. So I'm going to say this iconic line to you, Malik. It was all good just a week ago.
Oh, man. Y'all don't know by now. Malik is a Green Bay fan.
Yeah, he is. I apologize. Hey, man, shout out to Jordan Love, man, the Green Bay Packers, who did not play in this game, so he couldn't help in the secondary.
Oh,
Kevin
he called
King.
me petty.
Yeah, I am. Kevin King got his behind washed.
Wow.
Washed.
Hey,
Scotty Miller, then he had the pass interference junk at the end. So,
wow. Yo, shout out to AB and what's the and Bell for being in the Super Bowl without Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, yo. People, that's an oversight for a lot of people, man. Shout out.
But at the end of the day, Big Ben's got a ring and they don't.
Well, one of them about to get a ring, so that's about to change.
One of them about to get one. True.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Bell.
Bell.
Wait a minute. No, they're on the same team.
No, they're not.
Oh, no, they're not. They're on two different teams. You're right. Yeah, one of them's gonna get one.
Yeah, Bell.
You're right.
Congratulations to Bell, man.
Congratulations to Bell. Baby Goat's taking Bell to the championship.
Taking them
man,
all the
since
way,
we give a shout outs to Belichick, man. I know it's hard right now, Belichick, watching watching these playoffs. You ever know that somebody's wishing for somebody to lose so bad? Like Belichick did not want this to happen. So shout out to Belichick. Get them tissues up.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say everybody keeps talking about is it Belichick or is it Brady? You know what? I don't think it's neither one. I think it's Gronk. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
I got it. I'm hungry, man. So let's move on forward. It's gonna be a hell of a Super Bowl. It's gonna be it perhaps could be the changing of the guard. Or old school might just be like, nah, I ain't about to leave yet. So one of the two gonna happen.
Baby goat.
So one of those two gonna happen. Yeah, this gonna
man. Ain't got time for that.
all signs point towards baby goat, but bruh, this is the 10th one for Tom Brady. Come on, man. Same team was 7-9 last year. Same team was 7-9, and then Super Bowl this year.
Fact.
Just saying.
Same team won the Super Bowl last year. And same team's in the Super Bowl again this year. I'm just saying. Baby goat.
Baby goat.
All right. They ain't played Brady. All right. But in any case, man, again, All Black Everything, Part 2, Episode 21. Our special guest tonight, Nikki Goines of the Oses and Shugs Restaurant.
5 times fast.
Oh, no, you got me on that. You got me on that. So we're gonna bring her in and get this thing cracking, because I got some questions about this menu I was looking at and some of the stuff that I saw.
That sounded fat. That just sounded
fat. You really got that dads with mics going on over there, don't you, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Like, yeah, you can hear it. Like, yeah. By the way, that's my daughter Kimora. She is teething and she is not happy. She is not liking life right now. She really isn't. I do apologize.
I get it. I understand.
Hello,
Nikki.
Yes.
Hi, this is Sean from the Hot Seat Podcast. How you doing?
Hi, Sean. I'm great. How about yourself?
Doing well. We are eager to get at it. We got some questions and concerns. But first and foremost, I want to make sure that you can hear everybody on here with us. So, fellas, shout out your name one at a time to make sure that Nikki can hear you.
I'm Earl. How you doing?
Hey, Earl. What's up?
Can't call it.
How you doing? I'm Eric.
Hey, Eric.
What's up, sis? You know who it is.
What's up, Dave?
I like it. Oh, we good. Tech check is over. All right, good. So again, for everyone listening, if you're just now tuning in, this is All Black Everything series brought to you by All Black Everything and Wise Guy Cigars with our special guest tonight, Miss Nikki Goines of the Oasis and Shug's Restaurant. But she made sure to let me know that Goines Legacy was her brand, though. She let me know that was her brand off top. So I'm gonna let Dave start off because we got some questions.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get to the menu when we get to it, but Dave, start it off.
You want to get right to eating, right into eating.
I am. I'm a fat boy. You know, I'm a fat boy at heart.
Well, for those of you that don't know, I had to have my sis on this show. For our crew down here in the DMV area, you know, this is like mama to us. More than just sis, mama to us. She's one of those people that got that soul food thing with her that no matter what we were doing, she had to get that cooking going. And when that cooking happened, I had to call the missus up and let her know I'm not going to be home for a couple hours. So with that being said, Nikki, my first question for you is, before we get into the restaurant and lounge and things like that, and even the theater section of things, let our listeners know a little bit about your story to get.
All right, so we're going to check something real quick. So I want to make sure that, and you can't see this happening right now, Nikki. So I want to make sure that everybody's catching everything that you're saying. So I'm going to ask my fellas. It's fine. So could you guys hear Nikki? I could hear her on this side. Could you guys hear her?
Only heard it at the end, so I want to make sure it came through the...
Got you. Okay. All right, got you. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what we're going to do, Nikki. I want you to answer that same question one more time.
I don't even think I can do that.
That's why it's unfiltered. That's why it's unfiltered conversation.
It sounds like you put your heart in that one too.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Just random. I don't know. It's just off the top.
Right.
So state the question again.
Okay.
State the question again. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I'll try to lead in the same way I did before. So for all you listeners out there that don't know, this is my sis right here. Nikki, and you know, we all hung out with our DMV crew down here, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and
absolutely,
this is definitely like more than a sis. She was like a mom to us because she got that soul food hand with her. Like, no matter what was going on, she had to break bread at that table, and I had to call the missus up and let her know if Nikki was cooking, I wouldn't be home for a couple hours because, you know, the itis was set in.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I know we're going to get into the restaurant, get into the you know, the theater portion of things, but let our listeners know a little bit about your story leading up to this point.
Well, basically, like I said, I'm going to just start off. I'm 37 years old. I'm from New Jersey. I'm from the Atlantic City area. And like you said, I did live in DMV for a while, and now I'm back in Jersey. So, just to start, I started off in timeshare. I started off selling real estate. I started off in marketing, sales, always, commission based.
Right.
I always wanted to get paid based on how hard I worked.
Yep.
It's funny because if somebody put up two $5 bills and said, after 60 minutes of hard work, this is what I'm going to give you. And that just never, that's not me.
Yep.
That's not that person. And I don't think that's what's going to get us what we need. So I've always been pushing for entrepreneurs. I've always been pushing to own something, I don't know. I don't know if it's a cocky thing. I don't know if it's, it's just something that I always believe that we should just own what we own. So
Right.
when I would have an idea for things, it was an idea, but it was like, just do it then. Like, you're not doing anything else, just do it. This extra time that you have, just do what you want to do. And here we go.
Right. Anybody else?
I got a question, and I got a question for you. So, of course, this has probably been a question you get asked a lot. So, of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So, instead of asking you how it has had affected you, how have you kind of modified your business operations around the pandemic? I know a lot of places are, having to do different things. So, how have you modified it to make sure that your business is still, profitable, sustainable?
Yeah. Well, it's like six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Like, Goines Legacy, actually is the company that I originally created, which was my promotions and marketing company. So, I promote events at like Boardwalk Hall, which is kind of like a, the convention center, Atlantic City. So, and I also promote like events like locally, which are on a smaller scale, which is only around about 3,000 people.
They don't want us to be great tonight. I don't know why. They don't want us to be great.
It's all right. It always happens. I did 2 podcasts before, and it was always like this.
Blame it on COVID.
Yeah, this ain't the usual buzz. I don't know. It's,
it was just
busy.
always something. It was like, can we get this running together?
They busy. Yeah.
So who do we have? We have Sean and Dave on the line.
No, we got Sean, Dave. We got all 4 of us in. So we got Sean, Dave.
Oh, okay.
Erling, so we're all back. So
so you brought everybody back in.
Yeah,
okay.
everybody's back in. Everybody's back in. And you were talking to us about like your hosting and stuff at.
Yeah. So I hosted events for about, actually, it's probably 15 years, and that part of it is done in reference to COVID. Like, we literally, like right now, I have a show which is called Lit and AC, which was supposed to happen last March, and then we postponed it, and COVID was still going on, and then we postponed it again to just say, hey, let's do it next March, and here we go. We're in January, and I'm actually going to have a conference call about how we're going to give these people their money back. So that part of it, has, been X'd out. Like, and there's nothing really that we can do. It is sad because you're like, oh, you want the COVID to be over, but it's like you want, the restrictions to be over.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's just something that, as of right now, like, we can't do. I mean, we even looked into streaming a concert, and doing like a drive-up concert where it was streamed. We were going to do like Kim and all that. And it was just, on my end, it was like too expensive for me to be, involved without that guarantee. It's just new. Boardwalk Hall used to be just sell tickets. You have a great concert. Everybody comes, great, leave. You don't really know with COVID, with that part of it.
Right.
On the restaurant side of it, we signed our paperwork like March 13th, and the shutdown here in New Jersey was March 16th.
Right.
But we were told it was going to be 2 weeks. So we're like, oh, this is awesome. 2 weeks, everybody's going to be huddled up. We're going to be painting, getting the building together. We're going to open up, and everybody's going to flood here, So yeah, the 2 weeks turned into, we're about to head into, a year. We're at like 10 months now.
Right.
Mhm.
So we did end up opening for just takeout. It was like a lot of delays and stuff with the city because everything was like really shut down here. So we signed our paperwork March 13th. We opened for takeout July 10th, but it was just takeout. And it was crazy because the support was magnanimous. It was, the people, they called the cops on us and said it was 200 Black people outside and we were having a block party and nobody had a mask on.
Wow.
So, that part of it was great. The embarrassment was some people were waiting like 3 hours to get their food, but they stayed. It was the summer. We had the music jumping. Everybody was outside. It was just like, wow, like you wish you can let people inside. That was the sad part about it. Like we haven't had like a grand opening. We did open in September for indoor dining, and we were open for like 2 weeks with the actual bar open, and it was great. Like our building at the Oasis and Shug's is 7,800 square feet. So normally I can hold 700 people. So even with COVID restrictions, I can now, at first I was at 175, now I'm at like 150 because Phil took it down another to just say, listen, the max you can have is 150 people. But even without those restrictions, people are it is a real deal out here. This COVID is not a game, so you still don't want to come out.
So you saying
I think it takes the thrill.
So Nikki, so you saying over 200 Black people outside and the cops showed up, but they didn't show up at the Capitol? That's what you're saying? I'm sorry. Nah, I'm not gonna go there.
They showed up because y'all had those masks on.
Selective. It was, and also just to give you a little background, where we're located at is in what's called now the Stockton University District, but the Chelsea area of Atlantic City, which is at that end bend of the Strip, and they aren't really used to what we're going to offer, but yeah, they called the cops on us from the first day, and I'm cool with that. That's the nice thing about having everything in line and having your ducks in order. When they do come, we're doing what we're supposed to do,
right?
Because it's been a continuous thing since then. But
don't feel bad. They called the cops on Trey Songz up at Kansas City the other night, and he choked out the cop because the cop got aggressive.
They choked the cop out
while he was singing R&B music to him.
Wow.
Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad.
I gotta Nikki, this is Earl. First of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you, Earl. You're the only one who I knew which one was which, because you guys do like all these little videos and then you come on and you don't introduce yourself by name. And Earl was the only one that came on and was like, yeah, I'm Earl. I'm like, okay, Dre, all right, and then I was like, all right, well, which one is Sean and which one is Eric?
I'm the light skinned one. It's obvious.
They are light skinned.
I'm the good looking one. That's obvious too.
Who says that type of stuff?
They call me the beard god.
I'm light skinned. Okay.
Beard god.
They just call me good looking just because that's the way I am.
Oh goodness. Anyway, so my fault. Back to this question.
That's a light skin.
This might be a little bit off the cuff, but I noticed that in your name you have Shug.
Yes.
I'm a black movie connoisseur, everything. Are you?
No, it ain't Shug Avery.
No, okay. I was just double checking. I know,
but I am a Color Purple. I am a Color Purple fan. Okay, I'm talking about read the book. Me and my sister call each other Nettie. We're about to get like these tattoos, Mikey, Dada, whatever. It's gonna rain on your head. So, actually, Shug is my partner, which is Nakia Newsom. How the name came about, I had originally looked at a place that was like a little offshore, and it was going to be called The Oasis Lounge. The Oasis is my son Dionysius and my daughter Mackenzie Oasis. So it's
Gotcha.
kind of like a wordplay on the name, because even though it's like The Oasis, D is actually like the Oasis,
Right.
but it's really my kids' name together. So it's kind of like a, little play on words. And then when it came in and she joined in, because honestly, just being black, I had champagne taste and beer money, and I had my part. And then I was like, I don't know if I can do, if I get this bigger place, I can't do it by myself. So Nakia, we've always been like talking about, business ventures and stuff to do. Sometimes we'll just go to work and something will happen at work and it'd be like, guess what? Anyway, I don't think I can use that word on the show, but
Yeah, you can.
guess
You
what,
can say
As long as
guess what she done said to me today. So it was just, it was just crazy, because it was kind of like, how you kind of build that fire in you, where it's like, I can't wait till the day where I don't have to answer or reply to your phone call, kind of thing.
Right.
And I just came to her, and I had already been working on it. I hadn't talked to any of my friends, my family. I didn't talk to nobody about opening a restaurant, really, unless it was like mandatory for like an information or questions that I had. And I
Right.
just went to her and I said, listen, if I looked at, opening up a place, would you be interested in, cooking and, stuff like that and helping me out? And she was like, not if, I don't own it. And I couldn't knock her for that, because I was just
Mm.
like, yeah, I need to stop being selfish. I got to kind of humble myself and realize I'm not going to be able to do this by myself.
Right.
So when I did come to her with the number, she was like, can you give me like 3 days? I'm like, for real? She's like, yeah. And then, a couple days later, she knocked on the door with the cash. We went and put the down payment, did our paperwork, got everything done. And, it was
Good
ball
stuff.
game from there. And it's
That's
the
what's up.
best decision that I ever made, because, what is that African proverb about, like a bundle of spider webs can tie up a lion or something like that? It was like, it's not saying that you're weak, it's just saying that you're stronger with more than one. And
Right.
she's a working partner. And I did have somebody that that asked to be a silent partner, but it wasn't giving me what I needed in reference to the business. So Nakia, she is, she's all of that. She's the bomb, like really. Even to the point of where, like, I had COVID. I went out for 3 weeks and everything was held down. It was just a matter of, text message. I didn't leave home,
Right.
So it's great to have that. It's definitely great to have
Right.
that. That's my first partner in all my companies and endeavors that I've done. This is my first partnership. And Nakia, her husband, he fries the chicken. Nakia, we put in whatever we do for, meals or whatever. My son works, my daughter works, the whole family works. My sister, she's running
Nice.
my front end, events and everything, like to the point of where when you come in, it's family oriented. Like, it is family, like
Now,
Right.
people
now
know.
hold on, Nikki, because you can't talk about the frying the chicken, and we ain't gonna talk about this food. So run down a little bit of
Yeah,
this
I ain't
menu
gonna
for
lie,
the
I got
listeners.
hungry.
Right. You had me at fried. You had me at fried chicken. I'm not gonna lie to you.
One thing I will say, the first thing on the list that I have to give props to is when you see the Oasis and Shug's. Shug is Nakia's grandma. Her name is Shug. And she's kind of the foundation of like Nakia's part with her food and catering, because she did it as a kid and Nakia grew up with her grandma. But Shug still makes the potato salad. I don't care what anybody says. Hands down, we have the best potato salad that I've ever had. I don't even eat potato salad, but I eat Shug's potato salad, which is at our restaurant.
Without raisins.
Raisins.
You can say
Without
it.
raisins.
I heard it coming out. Yeah.
We gotta put that out there.
Oh, he's got jokes, but yeah, I mean, even down to like the homemade relish in the, in the potato salad is bomb. I mean, but everything is kind of like our culture, because my family is from Mississippi. They're Creole, like on that, on the other side of the, the Delta, but we make jambalaya. I make it from scratch. My grandma's recipe. Nakia makes like the best oxtails you've ever had. And if you ever
Lord,
sat and watched her make them, you'd be like, "What? You put what in there?"
Earl
And
over
sometimes
here.
I'm just like, I just cut you up
Look.
some onions. That's it, girl.
Hold on, y'all can't see him, but Earl about to eat his mic. So,
man, I don't know if you got a chance to look at the menu because I did send it to Sean because Sean was like, "Send me a headshot." I was like, "No, I'm sending all of this.
I'm looking at it right now. I got you know what on everything. I told Dave this. I told Dave.
No, we don't serve any pork products. So
wait, hey.
You know what?
It don't even really matter.
We actually serve to a Muslim community, so we don't have any.
I'm gonna blame right in. I ain't gonna lie to you, Dave. Soon you see the beard, because I already told Dave we coming up to the restaurant and we gonna do a podcast live from the spot. Just bring us the plates. Bring us the plates.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Do you sell alcohol as well or no?
Absolutely. We have a full bar. You can let me know what you want, like in particular. I can order for you. Yes.
Yeah. Whether the bar was open or not, we going to the back.
Facts. Look, that's gonna be an episode that we can't have sponsored by nobody because it's food and drinks and live recording of us four. Oh, it's game time right there, buddy.
That's fun. That's gonna be so much fun. Like a live recording is dope. I always did live recordings. That's kind of my preference.
So what is your the favorite menu or the favorite item off the menu? Like the one thing when people come to the restaurant, they's like, I need to have that because
it's horrible. That's like the question that I dread because sometimes I'm on the table and people are like, what's popular? And I'm like, everything. The seafood gumbo is the bomb. The wings are like kind of what really kicked it off because people listen. We have something called a anything is possible wing.
I saw that,
and we make like a Hennessy glaze. And like sometimes I, might throw like extra Henny on there, like right before, you mix it, put it on. So when you open it up, you get hit with like a little.
Just give me a
cognac.
shot too. Just give me a shot with it.
Oh my God.
It's called like Don't Eat and Drive. And then we have spicy honey wings. We have lemon pepper wings. Everything is basically made from scratch. Like we don't have. Like they have wing sauces that you buy in the bag. We don't really do that. But then we have like Taco Tuesdays where we do like lobster fried tacos and steak tacos, chicken tacos, shrimp tacos, fish tacos, margaritas. And everybody comes out. Like, I don't know if the tacos are really that good or if they're just that cheap.
The recording is about to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, can we just stop about this food?
Okay, right.
So, you know what?
We're recording on the road right now.
I'm actually kind of tight because I came down there. I came to AC, I want to say maybe 2 months ago. And the funny thing is, we was looking like, so I got family from like AC and Egg Harbor or whatever. So I got people who's out there.
Okay.
So every single time.
So who's this, Eric?
No, this is Earl. I'm sorry.
Oh, Earl. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So every single time, I go down there, I got my couple of spots that I go to. And Dave tells me, I got a homegirl that got a soul food spot out there. I said, bro, why didn't you tell me? Because I keep going to, I'm not going to name the name of the spot, but I keep going to
I know where you go. It's the only
I know. You know what it's right. Right. Well,
it's only two places. It's us and them, but it's all love.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, because I grew up on them.
Right, but that's why I ain't gonna name them.
They're good too, but we ain't talking about them.
I've only been there.
Yeah, but it's funny. I was like, yo, why didn't you tell me, bro? Because we was looking, because I'm always looking for soul food, restaurants and things of that nature. So I'm gonna be down there next month. So
absolutely, I look forward to you coming.
Yeah, I will be down there next month. And anybody named Shug, you ain't even got to explain the potato salad, because anybody named Shug that's making potato salad, I already know. Right, no, that thing ain't one.
Shug is no joke. Shug is no joke.
No, my mouth water and everything got me all flustered and shit. Go ahead, John.
So
hey, go ahead.
So Nikki, so this is the restaurant side. So Dave put me on to another side. And he knows about it more than me. He told me about the theater side. So I'm interested. I want to know. I need to know. What's that all about? Like I need to know what's that all about.
It's so funny because like it's weird with me because if you know me, it's like not even to sound cliche with the whole jack of all trades, or I don't know, I'm like a potpourri person, so it's like I said, if it's like you ever think about things where you're like, oh, I would love to do it, so then you just do it. But I got kind of like pushed into like the whole Beautiful Lies. It's a show that I did called Beautiful Lies with Kaya Payne and Painless Publishings, which was here in Atlantic City. We sold out the Claridge twice. And I got pushed into it because I was helping somebody do their lines. And then the director and writer came to their house and was like, this girl was giving me a problem and stuff. And I'm like, listen, that's your baby. Like, if she's messing up and it's her lead role and she doesn't want to show up, then fuck her. Like, don't do it then. Like, put her out. So I ended up seeing the girl that wasn't showing up at the corner store. And I was like, listen, that girl was doing that show. She's about to really blow up and do something, and you're playing around with it. And she was like, oh, such. I said, listen, get that script back. Get that script back, sis. And then the next week, I show up to help my friend, which ended up not even being in the show anymore. I show up to help him, and he throws his book at me. And I'm like, what's this? Why you he said, oh, well, you got the part of Tiny being as though you want to cuss Tiny out at the corner store. I said, what? Right. So then I got the text from the writer. Kai is in my inbox like, listen, I know you're a busy person and yada, da, da, da. If I brought that up, I probably would have brought that up so y'all could actually hear it. And she was like, oh, would you want to do it? And I'm like, growing up, I did John Casablancas. I had like some like little stupid stuff my mom had me doing that, I don't see no checks from, but we ended up doing it, and I ended up coming in like halfway through. I didn't know my lines. Like I was literally getting cussed out by like the other people. And to the point of where it was like, yo, we could take this outside. Like, I ain't beefing this, and it just ended up being like, I don't know. I think like 2 nights before we actually went on stage, I finally got my lines. Cause everybody had came in like April. I didn't come in until like August, and it was like October that the show was. And it ended up being like a crazy hit. Like the whole entire city comes out, and I'm local. Like I'm humble, but it's like everybody kind of knows me. I'm a hairdresser. I do this, I do that. We feed the homeless. We do all kinds of stuff. So everybody knows Big Nick. That's just who I am. Right. And we did this show, and it was kind of like, I was surprised at the response. Like when I would tell my friends and I'll start posting about it, like, oh, I'm doing a show. And they was like, yo, you doing a show? Like, you're hilarious, bro. Like, if you're going to do a show, we're pulling up. But it ended up being like a pull up. Like, everybody came, and it was like, what? Like, I was like, yo, my heart was beating so hard. Like, when I came outside, they were like, they're asking for you to come outside after the show. And I opened the door, and everybody was like putting the paper in my face. I'm like, bro, you know me on a regular basis. I don't got to sign that, but it was awesome. It was hilarious. It was the greatest feeling ever. And it made me feel like I need to go like to Tyler Perry Studios and be like, look, bro, I did Beautiful Lies. Do you know me? Like, but yeah, we ended up, it's been a couple years. What was that? It's been like 3 years since I did that. But, it was dope. It was dope. Beautiful Lies 1 and 2, I did. Yeah, then I got fired. Yeah.
I like it. I had when he told me that, and it struck a chord with me because I did the soundtrack for a couple stage plays down in the 7-5, and like the turnout that you get, and then like when like we were speaking to, like I saw firsthand some of the people that you see every day, and they put on this amazing show, but the response of everybody came out. It's like, hey, look, can you sign this for me? Because they felt like it was something that's about to be on the verge of something like absolutely huge. So that is pretty dope. So
one of my greatest experiences. I will definitely say that, and I'll do it again. So if y'all know anybody for casting and all that kind of stuff, like I'm down for whatever.
Well, let me ask you, Nikki, since we're on show in a way, give me something that you're binging right now. I ask everybody this. Give me something that is catching your attention.
Binging. I'm kind of all for the organized crime, so I did just catch up on Snowfall because Snowfall is late, with their whole like release. You talking about TV, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
anything.
whatever you been.
Yeah. I love Snowfall. I actually, I had a late night the other day. I was trying to watch American Skin, and I fell asleep like
Dope.
10 minutes in, and then woke up at the end like, "Yo, why you let me fall asleep?" My
Yo, that was
son was,
dope.
all into it. And I did start watching. I'm about to watch. What's it called? Equal Standard, or something like that.
Is it about Marvel? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
No, It's about a black cop. The black cop shoots a white cop. Well, actually, the white cop shot the black cop, and he shot him back, and he died, and all this crazy stuff. But yeah, Snowfall. I'm kind of like, I love The Shy. I actually, it's crazy. I just started watching TV. I haven't watched TV in years. Dave, you remember that? Like, I never used to watch TV before.
I'm about to say, hell,
So
you don't
after
need TV today.
like a 10-year hiatus.
Right.
Yeah, after like 10 years off of watching TV, I do watch TV now. So, and I still can't finish certain stuff. But yeah, like Snowfall, I'm kind of like, when Narcos came out, I watched it. I got to watch it like straight through. I did watch Power, the second book with Tariq. So I just watched Power. Last month. I watched Power. I got a Fire Stick. That's what happened. So I just watched all the episodes of Power, and then I watched Tariq, with the ghost and all that. He's a piece of work, young
Yes,
boy.
he is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So I'm anticipating Tommy and Kanan and the other books that are going to come out. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
So
I got another question.
Go ahead.
So I'm really big. Like when my mother and my father, they raised me to support our own, right? And like that's something that I take to heart. Like my sons have black doctors, like all of them. I buy black. I tell my friends, buy black. Like I remember when I was in college, I had nothing but like black DVDs. I still do, and I used to have people come over and borrow them. And I remember my best friend, he was like, "Yo, why you just watch black movies?" And I was like, "Well, if I don't support our people, they won't have the opportunity to make those movies anymore." So we don't have the same opportunities like as our counterparts. So that's why I'm like, I love supporting our people, and especially too, they cater to me. So and what we go through and things in that nature. So the question I wanted to ask to you is kind of leaning on support. The thing that I hate in our community that I wish we would stop and like really like realize what we're doing. When one of our own gets a business, we're happy.
Oh gosh, don't even go into it.
Nah, I'm gonna touch on it.
Go ahead.
But it's like when one of our own gets a business, it's like we're happy for them and all of that. But the first thing we want is, yo, can I get a hookup? Can I get a hookup?
Can I get a hookup? Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Absolutely.
And my thing is, but when you go into Starbucks, when you go into all these other places, you're not asking for no hookups because one, they ain't gonna give it to you, and you still gonna support them. So my thing is, why with your own people do you do that? And then if they don't do it, you feel some kind of way. Like I felt like my biggest thing is if you really want to support somebody, pay full price. Like I'm not asking for no hookups.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I'm coming down next month. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't dare ask for no hookup. And even if you gave me one, I'm paying you full price. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to support my people. And that's always been like a pet peeve of mine. So I didn't know if you had any experience, any experiences with that.
I'm just to give you a little background about myself. I've been a Black business owner since the age of 19. I opened up a family daycare when I was 19, when my son was born, and ever since then, I'm also a hairdresser. I'm a cosmetologist. I've been a cosmetologist for 18 years. So I've been through that. I've been through the trenches of give me a hookup, and also to say when I give like the best quality service. I try to with anything that I do. So I'm not asking you really to support me because I'm Black, even though I know that's what it is. Don't support me because I'm Black business. Support me because I'm good fucking business. Like, I'm the best business that you can have in reference to what I do. I can't deal with the whole, like, give me a discount. And don't get me wrong, because you'll come and you'll really come and eat, and, you know, and I'm going to throw you an extra drink and let me do it on my own accord. Like, to me, the whole, like, give me a discount is like the sleaziest, like, line. It kind of goes along. It really irks me to the point where I don't even, you know, acknowledge it, but I know it's going to be there and I know it's coming. But see, I'm past, not to say I'm above that, but I've been through that. Like, my sister comes and gets her hair done, and when she gets a dye and a silk press, honey, you're paying full price. And honestly, I'm not even going to charge my sister full price. But let me tell you, when she comes, she got the money for full price in her pocket. And that's my Black sister. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, to that, I mean, it is what it is. I think it's tacky. I think it's rude. I think it's belittling. Because a lot of times, like, we need the money. Like right now with what's going on with COVID, like even with the restaurant, it's just like, I'm not even going to front. We haven't taken a dime out of the business. Everything that we do, everything that we make, it goes straight to a bill, to the point of where sometimes we got to wait until the weekend is over to get the balance to a certain level so we can pay a $2,500 electric bill. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being straight up with you. So when somebody comes in and it's like, oh, let me get, or people do things just to get discounts off of their food. Like, that's what's hilarious. And it's just like, when you look at it and you're like, people nickel and dime, but it's a bigger picture here. And honestly, like, you know, I even told my partner, I was like, I don't even think I was looking at this. I was like, but yeah, when we open up, like, we're going to actually be millionaires. Like, we're not open right now. We're just here breaking even because of COVID. But once COVID is over and we start to really go like full blast and start having music festivals and block parties and all these ideas that are in, you know, I bought the Oasis and Shugs because I was going to Chelsea Beach Bar and they were calling me and my other partner to come and do a party there. And I was trying to explain to them, like, they're calling us because we make them so much money. Like, nobody calls somebody and offers them a free venue to can you come back? They were calling us in November to come do Memorial Day. They were trying to book us in November. They were trying to book us for Memorial Day. And I was trying to explain to my partner, like, you know how much money they made off of us last year? Like, what if we opened up our own joint? Like, what if we didn't have to make anybody else's bar guarantee? What if we had our own bar? So that concept, and then it just was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
You know what, Nikki, I want to. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Eric got something for you.
Hey, Nikki, this is Eric, the handsome, sexy, and free-spirited one.
Hey, Eric.
Oh, Jesus.
So when I come up there to your restaurant, I've got a figure of the image to maintain. So I'm going to ask you straight out. So should I get something from your kitchen that's baked, grilled, fried, and what drink should I have with it?
I like that question.
Okay, so all right, so I'm going to just start you off with what you should get. I would say, to start off with your appetizers at your table, you should get your fried salmon bites. You know, we don't pronounce the L, the salmon bites, with your jambalaya. The jam and jambalaya. That's what you should start. That's if you like a little spice. It's authentic. It's all kinds of, you know, peppers, onions. And seafood.
I'm with it. Let's go.
It's a whole set. Yes, it's seafood. And then, if you need something grilled, I would tell you to get the grilled turkey chops.
What?
And then they're smothered. Yeah, we got turkey chops. We normally bread them and fry them.
What part of turkey
but
is
you
that?
Can get them grilled. It's right.
What?
I don't know.
But you know what?
Just know that we want some kind of chops and we don't serve pork. So
you know what? I ain't gonna lie, not to cut you off.
It's turkey breast.
I live in North. I'm from North. And it's a huge Muslim population out here.
You from where?
You getting on my side?
Yeah.
Answering my question. I mean, for real, bro.
I'm sorry, now because she talked about the turkey chops real quick. I never heard of turkey chops a day in my life until I met a couple of Muslim brothers, and they was like, "Yeah, man, we eat turkey chops all the time." I'm like, "What is
Man,
that?"
they got turkey ribs. They got turkey ribs slapped in the barbecue
That's
sauce.
crazy.
Okay,
Get out of wow.
my word.
Wow.
But yeah, so the turkey chops, you'll get those grilled, right? And you get them smothered in roux onion gravy. The gravy is made from scratch. That's like my mom's recipe passed down from my grandma type stuff.
Lord have mercy.
And then so your sides, let me see, because we have all kinds of sides. Like we have the black eyed peas with rice, the macaroni and cheese, candy yams.
In the black eyed peas at all? Y'all put like the little small onions? No.
Small onions. We do big onions, and then we do like a cook down. So it's still there. Because if you do small onions, like you never really can find the onions after they cook. If that's the case, you might as well do onion powder. Right, so we do like a big chop on all of our vegetables. So your vegetables, whatever you're eating that has vegetables in it, you know it's in it because you see it. It's color. Everything is there.
Hold on, Nikki.
Like,
hold on. I gotta stop you for a second. All this
once again, y'all stepping on my shine
again.
again. What's up with that? I ain't interrupt none of y'all.
Go ahead.
And it's funny because Dave knows about this. Like Dave used to, we used to get off of work and like it would just be like a mashup. Like, what you doing? We gonna throw it together. Like, I don't know. Just
you go to a Nikki birthday party. It's a wrap. It is a wrap.
I didn't get to my dessert or drink yet. What's going on?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And it's funny because my birthday parties here are like, 500 people pay $20 to get in the door and get nothing. That's my birthday party here. But everybody buys a ticket.
Hey, Nikki,
just to be at my party, and they don't even get any food.
Eric needs his drink to finish off with.
You need what?
He needs his dessert and his drink.
Oh, his dessert. Okay, so your dessert, you can either do. Listen, our strawberry banana pudding, Nakia. I don't know where she got the recipe from or how she ended up coming up with this, setup. It's not really pudding, but it is, and it has strawberries and bananas in it and chessman cookies. But then also we have a baker, and our baker, every week she comes, she'll do like a strawberry lemonade cake or the Snickers cheesecake. Actually, the Snickers cheesecake, hands down.
Hold on.
I'm done.
Who said Christmas ain't all year round?
Right, because you got this.
All right, so the drink. Okay, so the drink, because I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing on the bar. So, Dave, if you remember that, I was always like mixing some stuff. Like, try this.
Which means you're gonna be drunk.
So,
go ahead, though.
Drunk is. So, so yesterday I was just like doing a couple little drinks. I mean, our margaritas are like a hit. Our rum punches are a hit. But so last night I put together this. It's a mango Long Island. And it is bomb, like biggity bomb, like bomb, like only 2 bomb. Because we do an actual pour on the Long Island, no premix, so it's grown. And I would definitely say the mango Long Island. Yeah, mango Long Island rum punch, either one.
So of course, man,
it's just bomb.
I gotta stop for a second.
It's really a vibe.
I gotta do the plug because this is sounding so good. Of course, you guys are listening to the Hot Seat Podcast with our special guest tonight, Mrs. Nikki Goines of the Oasis and Shug, the Goines legacy, and she was just giving us a hell of a rundown on what you expect when you go into this restaurant. I'm gonna tell you right now, just have a booth for us. All we need is a section. We're gonna set up our equipment.
Absolutely.
We got money. Just bring us food and drink.
Absolutely. Yep. I have 3 rooms. I have a front room, which is an art room, which is, more, I should say it's younger. It's got the Nipsey and the Biggie and the Lil Wayne on the wall and stuff like that. And then my bar side is like all my revolutionaries. So I have Tupac. I have like Nas and his pop up there. I have the Exonerated 5. I have Bob Marley. I got like even like little kids that got I hope I never fit the description shirt on. I even got some, Eric B, Rakim. That's kind of our thing. And then the other side, the actual formal dining room, it has my partner's husband. He's a pencil artist, so he had a book bag at his house with all these drawings that he had of Frank Morrison like dupes, and we blew it up and put them in frames, and it's bomb. It's a whole nice. It's all culture. It's all a vibe. When you come in, you got 90s hip hop, R&B playing. You eat the best food you can eat in South Jersey, and you don't want to leave. So I anticipate y'all coming, and make sure y'all check us out. The Oasis and Shugs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And plug your stuff. Like right now, you lay right into it. Plug everything. Every
The Oasis and Shugs. Actually, the spelling DI''OASIS, the end symbol, Shugs, SHUG''S. We're at 470 North Albany Avenue in Atlantic City, 609-300-5919. And on Facebook, we are The Oasis and Shugs. On Instagram, we are at The Oasis, all one word, DIOASIS. And Goines Legacy, also www.goingslegacy.com. I did want to give you a shout out on what did you have, like 1,000 podcast downloads?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate that.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And shout out to y'all sponsors. All Black Everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Wise Guy Cigars. Like, shout out to the sponsors, because without the sponsors, like, this is not easy without sponsors. I mean, I know for a fact. I did a couple podcasts, and you definitely need the sponsors. So shout out to them.
We appreciate you, Nikki. First, before I let you go, does anybody else have anything else for Nick? Like she came with everything.
Let me tell you something. I think everybody on the podcast realized why I call her my sis. She is family. I think she immediately became y'all family just from a podcast. I definitely love you.
I can't wait to meet you guys. Like, hopefully, it'll be vice versa. We'll be doing the same thing in the future. So I appreciate you calling me. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Nikki, if you could leave us with this, especially since we're go ahead.
You see how you cut me off?
Yeah, No. I'm sorry. I want to just point this out since we're celebrating Black excellence and everything like that. Though the one thing I definitely wanted to fit in there is talking about Black entrepreneurs. What would be your one thing of advice to all the Black entrepreneurs right now, especially during COVID, running into all these walls, running into the fact that they're not getting the funding, they're not getting the support, they feel like they want to stop? What would you say to them right now, knowing that you're getting through?
Right now, from my own experience, as like I said, I'm working and I'm not taking much out of it. Work to have the experience. Work right now to prepare for everything that is going to come and that's going to pour in. Don't work for the money right now. Work to get through the trenches. And once we get through these trenches, everything else is going to be golden. And I say we, because I'm right here with it. So you've decided to make the decision to be a business owner. You've decided to say, what can I do and that I love to, and monetize from it. You've made that decision already, and you've already went all in. So with being all in, stand strong and don't stop. Don't stop. That's it. Don't stop. There's nothing else that I can really say.
No, I just want to, that was dope. I just wanted to say, my sister, congratulations on everything you're doing. Like I said, like I only met you, I only know you for like this 15, 20 minutes, and I felt like I know you for a while. You know what I'm saying? You just seem like real easy going, like like I could really get comfortable or whatever. But like, just congratulations to everything, to you and your family. And like I said, I'll be down there next month, and I'm bringing Miles with me. So congrats again.
Absolutely. And I'm ready for you. Take my information, my phone number. You can call me direct, whatever you need. My phone is always open.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.
All right.
No, we appreciate you, Nikki. Again, we appreciate you coming on. We've been talking with Miss Nikki Goines of the Oasis and Shugs tonight on the All Black Everything episode series brought to you and presented by All Black Everything 247 and Wise Guy Cigars. We will be seeing you, Nikki. We will be definitely seeing you.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
We appreciate you there now. So we'll let you sign off for now, and hope to tap in with you shortly.
Okay, cool. Have a good night.
Yes. Again, you guys, if you listen to you listen to the Hot Tea Podcast, All Black Everything series, presented by All Black Everything 247 and Wise Guy Cigars. Make sure that you check out their line of men's and women's apparel on allblackeverything247.com. They got some really dope stuff. I was looking up at the stitch. I like it. I'm gonna have to hit up
just the lineup she gave to Eric. I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not making it to the hotel.
Bro, I might
like,
I might have to go to sleep. But time out. Now, I got a beef with you. Dave. How long you knowing this sister?
For a while.
Oh,
wow.
And we just now meeting her, bro. And we just now meeting her, bro.
You gotta get down
and
there.
I hope.
Wow.
Nah, man. We been down there, bro. How come we never been introduced? That's what I want to know. Like, I feel some type of way, right? You feel me, Eric?
Like the times we've been down there,
you feel
we
me,
went
Eric?
to the other spot,
You know
but never did you sit there and
That's
be like,
what I'm saying,
we
bro.
need to go check out my sis. What's up?
Right. He took us to
Oh,
that
wait a minute. Are we
black-ass
talking about
Chinese
Atlantic
spot
City?
that don't deliver and shit. No,
What
I'm
you
talking about
talking
the DMV.
Oh, you talking
I'm
about down here. She
I'm
hasn't
talking
been there.
about.
She wasn't here,
Yeah.
man. She wasn't here.
I was talking about Atlantic
She was
City.
back in Jersey.
All right.
I'm talking
You see
about
how they
Atlantic
getting at me,
City.
Nikki? As soon as you hang up.
Hold up, but was she open when we went to AC that time?
No,
I don't think so, because she said she needed to sign the paperwork in March.
She was down here
right,
then.
So you said just all right. So you
You know,
said
and I
just
mean to ask, but she's Atlantic. How far is she from the casino and whatnot? Is it
They're all
a
right there,
significant
though.
distance? Or
I mean,
yeah, it's
not
right
a
there.
huge area. Yeah.
I meant to answer that question. What?
I meant to ask her what
Yeah,
side
boy,
Find
of
a spot that's right beside the restaurant that we can
yeah.
just walk to it, so we know when we get all tore up, we can hobble back.
Bro, I
Hey,
am
Eric, shout out to Blue.
in the back.
Oh man.
Oh my God, man.
Man.
That was great. That was absolutely great, man. We hope you guys enjoying tonight, man. So our next thing going into man, that's excellence beyond this. So we're going to go into our blackout segment of the show. We talk about lesbian. If you guys didn't know, the blackout segment is where we highlight unknown, well-known folks, if you want to say it that way, or unknown, not as well-known people who made an impact in Black culture, whether it's business, individual, such. So who want to start off? Who you got? Who we got tonight? Who want to start off? Who else want to start off with it? Don't everybody.
I'll say this. So I'm gonna plug my brother. You know, everybody on here knows him, but his name is Mike Waller. He has a custom Greek paraphernalia company. Primarily, he deals with like custom paddles and tikis and now posters and things of that nature. But he's been doing this. Don't quote me on this, but he's been doing this for a couple of years, and I think it's very dope to see his growth, especially from where he started. Like he's really doing big things. So his name is Mike Waller. His IG is Unique Freak. His website is www.uniquefreak.shop.com.
He'll be on the show, Earl.
And
He's
actually,
pitching in now.
he really will.
I'm still plugging, my bro. I'm still plugging.
Nice early plug.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of him, man. I'm proud of him. He's doing big things in the Greek world, yeah.
I like it. He'll be actually Mr. Mike Waller. He'll be up here February the week of February 16th. I believe that's the week that he's up here. I don't believe. No, is it? Nah, is it? Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is. I gotta look at it. He's gonna be up here either way. He's part of this series. Either way, he's
Don't
second.
fact check.
Yeah, the second. I'm sorry. We got
Man,
a second. Oh my God!
Yeah, bring that back.
Oh my gracious! All right, so what you got? Well, unless I'm talking, well, I'll take it. I'll take it next. So my highlight tonight goes to a young gentleman that I met. Oh shoot, I think I met him. See, probably a little over 5 years ago. Right now, he just released his newest EP, which was the 5x5 Brooklyn session, 5x5 Brooklyn sessions, Mr. Q5. I'm wearing one of his tees there from the Cypher Tuesdays. He's actually the creator of Cypher Tuesdays. If you can't see it, it's the drink has create, inspire, purge, hang out, express. So I met Q5 at an open mic, and about a little over 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more, and he was doing this freestyle with a live band, like off the dome, and I was completely blown away. And he's a dope artist, man. Now he actually, with COVID and everything else, he adapted. So now he still does his Cypher Tuesdays and whatnot, man, with a live band, a live in-house band over Instagram every Tuesday night. And I believe this week they were doing a live show as well. But if you haven't checked out, man, you can actually, it's Q5 TV. You can find them on all of your streaming platforms. And he has his first 5x5 EP. Then he has the 5x5 Brooklyn sessions, which is something he did when he was up in Brooklyn. Dope MC. I hope to have him actually on the show in the future. Very impactful, man. He has actually done everything down, and he's from the 7-5, where I'm from. Everything from like Shag Fest to, I want to say, he was part of something in the water at one of like their off stages or something like that. So shout out to Q5, man. That's gonna be my highlight for this week, man. Young entrepreneur, young artist, and he's a well-rounded young man. So shout out Q5.
All right, I guess I'll go next. So I don't know this person. I was gonna throw that out there since they don't know people they know. I don't know this person, but when I saw this, I immediately thought about Dave. So this is something that he probably would be appreciative of. Just some rich people shit. So this woman named Gloria L. Williams, she's the founder and CEO of Foot Nanny, and is voted the best pedicure in Beverly Hills. So she has her own business where she's massaging people's feet, putting them hands to them toes, to them balls, to the joints.
Get mine done tomorrow. Go ahead.
She even has a story. Like if you look her up, she has a story that tells you about it. It's the Foot Nanny story. I read it. I found it real interesting. She talks about rub downs, the Southern hospitality way, how she learned the ways from her family and everything. Put it this way. She's got her own product line, okay? She's got her own line of products for your own pedicures and all that stuff. So I know Dave's going to be on there looking to order stuff by the end of the podcast. This woman's so iconic.
Yep.
Oprah had this woman rub her mom's feet. Okay? Now, Oprah allows you to rub her mother's feet. You done made it.
Wow.
So
yeah,
she
you
can
in
rub
there.
Oprah's mom's feet. God damn it, she can't rub Dave's.
You damn right.
I'm with it.
Got it. Definitely big there. This person right here, I actually spoke to tonight, and I definitely wanted to shine like a big light on him because he's actually within our crew. Myself, Nikki, and this gentleman right here, Mr. Nate Wheeler. Sean knows him as well. You want to talk about a black business and a black-owned family restaurant? His, I believe, cousin owns the actual restaurant, but all together it's ran through the family. He's the manager there, and it's called Blue Waters Caribbean and Seafood Grill down here in Temple Hills, Maryland. They specialize in authentic Caribbean and seafood served fresh, full of flavor and cooked to order. What I love about him is, once again, he's a jack of all trades. You got to surround yourself with the right people. I always told y'all that. So not only does he do that, he's a producer / artist. So shout out to Elevator Nate on that side of things. But I also point him out because when COVID hit, they didn't slow down. Remember when we were asking Nikki about the fact of how she changed her business model and different things that she was doing to get around it. What they started to do was put together different dinner boxes and stuff like that and bring them over to the first responders, like the frontline workers. So the different hospitals, the post office and things like that, they were there just delivering and just making it through, the COVID pandemic. So I point those things out to you to kind of see yourself get around those walls. You could definitely do it. Definitely go out and support this man. And as we said, don't ask for no handout. This is, once again, the Blue Waters Caribbean and Seafood Grill out on 6349 Old Branch Avenue in Temple Hills, Maryland. Hit them up, 301-449-1600, bluewaterscsgrill.com. Shout out to Nate.
Dope. They gave us effects, so we kind of get it up.
We big time now.
Right, we got 1,000 downloads now. We got effects and whatnot. I like it, man. Again, man, we hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. We 2 parts into this 6-part episode series celebrating all things Black in this case. So yes, we know, I know that some it may be a little bit too much for some, but hey, we're
if they heard that Amanda Gorman speech at the inauguration, they can listen to all this. All right, because that girl, 21 years old, by the way. If you heard that poem that she put down, look, they can get in line.
That was dope.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, like I said again, mate, I can't close out the episode though because a couple of things happened.
Yes.
And
talk
by
about
the time
it.
we did it last, so something great happened.
Unbelievable.
And it was something that has been. It was even in my opinion, it was even a bigger deal than when we elected, Barack Obama, and it was the inauguration of our first ever not only woman vice president, but of actually first. I hate all the titles, so we just call her a minority in this case because they give her Jamaican, all African American. They just start throwing all these names in it. She's a woman and she's a minority. There we go. It's first time ever in history. And it happened, and it was. And I think I spoke on it before. It hasn't gotten its just due because of everything that's been going on. But at the end of the day, we inaugurated our first ever minority vice president, who's a woman. So absolutely, I'm using this button all night. Though. You got a budget now, not really, but still.
You fancy, huh?
So it was fun, And I will say that was a great inauguration. I said to somebody earlier. Shout out to Jennifer Lopez's team for getting her involved in every single substantial event that's going on. I've seen her from New Year's to the inauguration. Hell, she might be a special guest at the Super Bowl. I don't even know at this point. But so what you got?
I would say shout out to Lady Gaga's bird.
Right. But she looked like she was from off the Hunger Games, though. I felt like she was about to pick the next tribute or something. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, that bird was golden. I mean, literally.
Shout out to the military band.
Shout out to that. Yo, word. Shout out to the military band for playing.
Mm-hmm.
Did he give her any candy?
He gave her that peppermint.
Candy. Bush gotta find.
He probably gave her that church candy. Yo, hold up. You know the church candy?
Well, you
keep in your pocket.
Oh, you keep in your pocket, Papa?
The strawberry one. I still to this day don't know the name of that candy.
It was always like a penny candy, but it never had like a real name to it. You just
right.
In your pocket.
It never had a name to it, yo.
Just wrapped in the strawberry, yeah.
And the funny thing is, I don't know. Yo, it make you feel great, and I don't know where you buy them from. I just feel like only grandmothers can get them, and only church grandma. That's it, yo. But them things was golden, yo.
It's kind of messed up because the same woman who will kick your ass with a switch will give you that wonderful candy. I don't even know.
That's the same woman that
my grandmother, man. She's like 80.
The same woman that would silently beat you in church for cutting up.
Until you just shut your mouth.
After she beat you.
Here, shut your mouth.
You want to know what's bad though? You want to know what's bad? Sean was over there talking about, something great done happened and everything else like that. And you heard me in the background going, yeah, something great done happened. I thought he was going to talk about the Xbox, man. I did not know you were leading towards the inauguration.
Look at this guy.
So shout out to that
I
too.
don't know how to feel about that right now.
Sean was on his own with that
God.
one. Sean
that's the
just
biggest thing
ran
that
with
happened
it.
to me.
You know, we just kind of sat back and let him go.
I did. I had to.
He even said that
but
bigger
that
than
is the
Barack.
second
You know,
part.
I held my tongue on that one.
All
Right.
Hey, man, look, it's the this is America we live in. But
Shout out to Bernie.
another great event happened. Another great event happened.
Yeah,
So
shout
my,
out to
Bernie
that
been
meme.
everywhere.
so my brothers, I was out. It was last week.
I think
It was a
Bernie's a short
wonderful
beard.
day out. The sun was shining. I was out on my deck. I was having a nice little cigar, had a little drink in my hand, and all of a sudden, my phone started to blow up. Text messages. I'm like, who needs me at this type of hour? It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. Who warrants my attention at this point? And next thing I know, I see it come down the line. My brother Earl says, Sean, they're available. Go online. You can even do a monthly payment. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Xbox Series X. Yes. The foundation of this entire podcast comes from Xbox. So Earl texts me. Then also my other brother calls me 2 minutes later, say, hey, I'm up here ordering them now. Do you want me to buy it for you? He didn't say, give me your card. He said, well, he did. He asked for that later. But he said, hey, I'm going to order it now. I'm like, okay. Then I give him the information. And he's like, damn it. They tracking us. We can only buy one at a time. I was like,
illegal stuff going on.
I was like,
We're not even going to tell you the
bitch.
backstory
All right,
of what we were trying to go through to get it done.
Yeah, right. That shit was the whole process.
Different
Bro.
ways we tried to go about getting that.
I was yelling at my dogs to get out of my way because they kept messing up my thumbs because I was trying to put it in the right card number. And at the same time, I was playing something else for my lady as well. And she was like, what are you doing? So in the middle of trying to order an Xbox and playing something for her, the dogs were barking. I'm like, I'm just trying to get something great right now. I was trying to be great. But at the end of the day, all four of us was able to, and I don't want to jinx it, order an Xbox Series X.
No, you ain't jinxing nothing because I got that receipt.
Nah, it's official. It's official.
We got the receipts for it.
How my headphones still
right
show
now.
up yet? I gotta find out what's going on with that. That said next day tracker. It's been 2 days.
Oh man, it's
That right?
it's been
Somebody
great.
got
To
you,
find
bro.
out what my headset said.
But still, Xbox is still on my list for all of this shit they put us through. Because
Oh,
it shouldn't be this different.
yeah, let's flip to the other side though. Like, no, we get off the bullshit. They were trying to raise the price on
Right.
Xbox Live though. We ain't gonna
Right.
they reversed course. And listen, man, I was reading the report and like people was like, "Oh nah, brother, we not about to do this."
No,
and
but this
they
is the
reversed
thing.
course. CEO
Forget,
came out.
forget raising the price. We ain't talking $5-10.
Right.
They're gonna double it.
Oh no, hell no.
They were going
Double
double.
it.
We were going to become Sony dudes.
Yeah,
Right.
we went straight Spider-Man
Right.
playing people.
Right.
Right.
And
Like-
in the middle of a pandemic?
Right.
Are y'all
But-
serious?
But you know what? It doesn't surprise me because this ain't even a shout out. Comcast is doing the same thing. You know, they put a cap on the
Yeah, that's
data
wild.
internet at a lot of places. I got the letter. They told me if you go
Yeah.
over 1.2 terabits, we're gonna give you a credit for January and
Yeah.
February, but
I
you will
got the
pay for
email
extra
too.
in March.
Yeah.
I'm like, ain't
And they got
this
the nerve to
about
be
a
cutting my
bitch?
service
Like-
in and not want to be on the podcast. You want to charge me more.
Right? Exactly.
Shout out
Don't
to
you know
the Verizon
I'm
man
trying
that
to
came to my
watch-
house.
WandaVision? Oh my god. Hey, Verizon, you may get my business back. You may get
I'm
it
about
back.
to say, it
because
sounds like
Comcast
y'all
is
it might be time for y'all to end y'all services.
Absolutely.
So y'all contract
Absolutely.
with
I don't know if
Comcast.
we
That's
got
what
that
it
kind of
sounds
juice on the podcast, but I'm gonna let you right now. If I'm having to pay extra, because everybody and mom at home, and you trying to make me pay
Everybody's
extra for
streaming. They
Comcast,
know
You know what, yo,
exactly
Malik, I know
drop
you listening to this.
Right.
Hey, dog,
Right.
find us a new provider, bro. Hit me up.
Yeah, it's, you know,
And he said he need that.
Remember what he
I
said
got
about
that big
Green
bottle
Bay
of
Blue?
black. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it was all good just a week ago.
Yesterday.
You already
He
know.
did disres-
You know what I'm saying? I'm petty with that. I'm petty with
He did
that.
disrespect. He did.
Hey, Malik,
disrespect.
you knew this shit was coming
Bad
too, bro.
man
Malik-
lost. And he cost you a bottle of black. Now find us a provider, bro.
Yeah, you ignorant. Yeah, you ignorant for that.
Speaking
Sorry,
of Shello,
Sean. I'm sorry, Sean.
no, it's fine. I'm good. I'm enjoying it. It's been a hell of a night, man. Just a bit of an extended episode. absolutely enjoyed ourselves again. This episode of the Hot Seat Podcast, All Black Everything series, is brought to you by who's singing a Negro spiritual right now?
The Negro at the bottom.
Black
Yes,
excellence.
I'm petty. I am very petty.
Trust me. Yeah, I dislike them. No, this episode of a Hot Seat Podcast, All Black Everything series, is brought to you by our sponsor, All Black Everything 24/7 and Wise Guy Cigars, which at the end of the series, Mr. Ray Farmer himself, CEO, owner, everything you want to call him, will be on with us to close out the actual series. And it's only going to get better, but he's going to close it out with us. We're going to talk about that. And make sure you guys tap into their actual site at allblackeverything247.com. So far, we've had Mr. Dushawn Naylor of Offspring Clothing hit up, be on with us. And then tonight we had Ms. Nikki Goines of the Oasis and Shug's restaurant. So we'll make sure that we actually have the information in the episode details. And if you're in the area, I don't care if you're not in the area, drive up to Jersey. We driving up there because I'm hungry.
Atlantic City.
Absolutely. And get your grub in. Get your
Absolutely.
What? They got turkey chops. Like, I don't even know. They got turkey chops. I'm for it. I'm for it. I'm for it. They got potato salad with no raisins in it, made by a lady with the name of Shug. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need.
And by the way, Mike,
well, homemade relish.
Mike Waller is next week's episode. By the way, show.
Absolutely. And see, nice segue. See, that's why you keep me on my toes. So we got Mr. Mike Wild of Unique Freak. I think it's Unique Freak LLC. It's going to be on with us next week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to discuss quite a few things. His art. He has. I think Dave was talking. I'm not Dave, but Earl was talking about it. And one particular thing that stood out. Earl. Did I say Earl? Dave? Oh, we all the same. I don't know. I'm
Go ahead.
Yeah, facts. So in any case, this podcast, 1,000 downloads in now, wouldn't have been possible if we hadn't started this as a brethren over Xbox Live over 10 years ago, where we decided to actually take our conversation off the cuff and bring it to the podcast world. And apparently y'all like it and we bringing it back. So that being the case, you can hit me up on Sanaa2X on Xbox Live. That apparently they're not raising the price. Thank you, guy. Currently playing NBA 2K. We set Madden to the side of the point. Xbox Series X will be out soon, so we got that Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming for us as well. And I am been, dabbing into Cyberpunk 2077. So it's been okay so far. So we'll see how it goes. What you got, Dave?
Well, you already know what it is. The storyteller, NBA 2K21. Shout out to all my fellas out there. I was down and out, I thought. But, we done played 10 seasons. Eric has 2 chips, so Earl can't talk shit to him anymore. Earl has 2 of them. I got 6. And Sean, so yeah, we're just going to go on to Eric.
I made the playoffs.
Oh, my Lord.
I got a new
Lord.
album out.
That pettiness was for you, Sean. That wasn't for Malik. That was for you.
Oh man,
I got petty to spread around to everybody tonight. I'm just spreading petty.
Okay,
spreading
right. Next week we're gonna see how this game goes between Earl and I. We got a game up, so we're gonna see how it's gonna go. We've been playing. We played a couple of close games the last couple of times, so we're gonna see how it's gonna go.
Word. Yeah.
Earl.
Yeah, I'm on the Xbox, man. Y'all don't need to know my information. I'm on the Xbox because honestly, I'm not about to accept no invite right now because I got business to tend to right now. Everybody talking greasy. You know what I'm saying? Sean, no beef with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? But Dave and Eric, yeah, they on my list. So that's all I got time for right now. And Sean, you about to get this work in about 5 minutes, bro.
I don't like your attitude right now.
About to get this work. You about to get this work.
Mm-hmm. Let me work.
Oh my God. I just like him so much. What you got, Eric?
Hey, shout out to my sister and my brother-in-law, Gary, who's an avid listener. Congratulations on my new baby niece that they just had. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm gonna put it out there. I
those
done
great
told
pictures.
y'all niece and
Awesome
nephew to
pictures.
call y'all, but they ain't did it yet. So blame it on their mama.
Thank you guys for listening to the Hot Seat Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Hot Seat Podcast, and of course on Facebook at the Hot Seat Podcast. And of course, you listen, follow, and share. And if you listen on Apple, make sure you review and rate the show to make sure that we continue to bring you this wonderful, unfiltered conversation. We did some dads with mics, games with headsets, and again, the unfiltered conversation. It's the Hot Seat, the All Black Everything episode series presented by All Black Everything 24/7 and Wise Guy Cigars. We out.
The Hot Seat.